You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice.
You know, I can't recall seeing any of these protectorate types ever run a scheme on each other.
Weird, ain't it?
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a liquor gumption. They got no tolerance for it.
Pardon me for being preoccupied. I've got Westport on my mind. All those prodigal, sad, sorry refugees. All that wasted potential.
I knew you'd come back once you'd had a little time to ruminate. Now, your task deals not with the town itself, but the subjects residing within it.
Converting Westport's subjects will teach us much about the Protectorate mind. How it solves problems, what it desires, how it can be swayed. I've a kit of supplies to aid you, items to cajole or to dissuade. Sabotage the town or sway the citizenry, the choice is yours. Should pose no trouble for a go-getter like you. Westport represents a challenge. The challenge presented by the majority of the Protectorate. Fairfield citizenry were given ample incentive to fold, for they could see the freedom we offer firsthand. But the people of Westport are stubborn enough to risk death for their ideals and cannot be swayed by the lights of Fairfield. If I can convert them, I can convert anyone. Shh, not so loud. The hat can tell when you're questioning it. The people of Westport don't trust me. How can they? I am the enemy. I am the invader. I cannot help these people achieve salvation until I know what it is they yearn for. You are a third party. You're presumably trustworthy. I need you to act on my behalf. Perhaps? The kit contains a wide variety of tools, propaganda, equipment, and more than a few confectionaries. Some items may serve as honey, swaying the naysayers to our side. Others are blunt implements, crippling infrastructure to force the refugees toward Fairfield. Slather on a bit of elbow grease and you'll certainly succeed. I'm sure there are kindred spirits in Westport. No one wholly resists Auntie. Excellent! Here's the kit. Advertisement tapes, ambidextrine, assorted stimulants, free samples of Purple Berry Crunch, everything you need to wage war on the undecided mind. With that, I shall mark the locale. Begin with the vigilant Hogarth. Motivate him to depart, and his subjects will trot in file behind him, woolly cow-like. Now, I'm sure you've asked yourself, for a task so involved, shall the reward be worthwhile? Well, wonder no longer. For the completion of this deed, I'm prepared to offer you an exact replica of my one-of-a-kind, limited production, gentle person's Oxonian. I don't think you understand. The reserve Oxonian is functionally identical to the one I wear. If anything, the replica is likely in better state. I've grown attached to this one and would prefer not to part with it. And really, is anything truly one of a kind? Not from the universal perspective. Very well. I can see you won't be swayed. You succeed in the conversion of Westport, and I will supply you my limited production gentle person's Oxonian, if I must. Then consider yourself officially deputized in the war to further innovation and the free market. Be forewarned. I can only guess at the needs of the denizens of Westport. You must engage with them, gauge their situation. Only then can you motivate them adequately. While I can't say for certain, I strongly suspect not. Westport no longer possesses any strategic value. The Protectorate has no reason to defend a half-sunken town. Still, I would come prepared with anything you think you might require. Paradise Island brims with danger, even if Westport itself seems safe. Do I look like Officer Carr to you? Guns. I suppose I should take this time to make peace with its departure. Oh, so many grand times shared with this hat. I cannot tell you how gratified I am to have a deputy on the ground. Marketing is war, my friend. War against the ungenerous, the unliberated, the unhappy.
Everything you need to get through your day.
Under Protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treated
You have the gratitude of everybody in
in
Westport.
defense against
Especially me.
sabotage, and or manipulative indoctrinatory falsity.
Outsider, you have your orders. The Vox relay awaits. Do remember what I asked of you. Nobody needs go anywhere. Not when we can still save Westport. We of the Protectorate endure as one, regardless of any hardships we must face. It'd have to be catastrophically obvious this place was doomed, and incontrovertibly beyond my means to save it, before I'd even consider such a recourse. When I look outside, I see people who are hardy and resilient, who trust the paradigm, who understand prosperity will return with time and group effort. I have the aid of key pillars of our community, several persons of note and good character who stand with and by me, and our town still functions. Our automechs are still running, mostly. We have a generator to power them, fresh water, the reassuring voice of everyone's neighbor Prudence wafts from our loudspeakers. But I know you've got more to do than listen to me natter on about the state of Westport. The Vox relay's your main concern now. Farewell now.
The Sovereign.
You have your orders. The Vox relay awaits. Do remember what I asked of you.
Material for perfection.
If you feel you must.
Vigilant. We must all fulfill our duty.
Hey there, Go. Why, hello again. Any new business to discuss involving secret sympathies and sugary spoils?
And the sovereign embodies and executes on it.
As a recent convertee to Auntie's Choice, I'd be honored to share my maverick individualist perspective. Well, I can tell you someone who thinks he's important. Pinckney. Ever since he became interim chief mechanist, he's been crying day and night about that generator. If anything happens to that thing, I worry for his mind. Really? What was he like? Bold? Assertive? With a wildly obstreperous theatrical air?
Purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well.
Is that so? Do tell me more.
Or stressful. Food is nutritious.
Oh, anywhere. What were your impressions of the man? How did he seem to you?
Dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate it all.
Quite different from what the Protectorate told us of those in Fairfield. An audacious proposal. Yet this place, despite its recent humidity, remains comfortable and familiar.
We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
With a full case, I might gorge upon such sweet goodness morning, noon, and night. All right, hand it over. Oh, but what would Vigilant Hogarth say? What would everyone say? I can scarcely imagine it. Abandoning my community only to satisfy my gastronomical urges and risk-taking attitude. No, I couldn't leave unless Hogarth ordered everyone to go.
And through the sovereign devised the paradigm.
I'd say so, but I'm not some highly skilled subversive type or some such. You are. I'm certain you can find a way, somehow.
Sometimes challenges
Hello
do
again.
arise.
Have you spoken to Vigilant Hogarth yet? Did he give permission for me to leave?
Even the most robust
Of course. Toodaloo.
nettlesome raptidons, or the base individualists within anti.
You have the gratitude of everybody in Wit. Why, you got a right serious look in your eye. What happened?
But now, more than
No, that's not... That's what that sound was? It exploded. Been trying not to fret unduly after every random little kaboom around here. Didn't realize it... That's it, I'm afraid. Just a matter of time before these automechs run out of power. Then it's good night, Westport. Whatever are all of us gonna do now?
Gray gone astray? Book a stay today.
Nothing more I can do here, that's for sure. If it weren't for Vigilant Hogarth, I do believe I'd scupper off to... well, you know where. Yeah. You convince him, I'm in. But I owe him enough I wouldn't abandon him for nothing.
All inhabitants are declared treasonous.
Fairfield, here we come. I mean, once the Vigilant says so.
Sabotage and or manipulative indoctrinatory.
Our enemies envy our prosperity.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
You're looking pretty scathed, Commander. Commander, you're bleeding!
Trust the plan, observe set progress. Sustain the system, serve the sovereign.
A fine quote. My favorite is, we must rout all disruptive...
I'm very curious how the town is going to function without the generator.
Yes. Without it, we have no auto mechanic.
Do our part to maintain it. Keep doing your job with pride. Keep informing on your neighbors.
I certainly don't want to sound like I'm questioning the paradigm. But why would the paradigm shut down all the automats? Just you're not questioning the paradigm. Sounds remarkably like questioning...
Feeling distracted, daydreaming on the job, mental refreshing sectors of
Of course, it's part of the Sovereign's plan. He floods our houses, which makes more habitat for fish, which offers us more to eat, which gives us the strength to build new houses.
But then, how do I
Stranger.
cook the fish?
Hello again. Here to help? Or just being friendly? Hard to say, since I don't know any other way. We have more sense of community than other places, which I couldn't imagine getting by without. Before the invasion, automechs took care of most things. I had plenty of time for my interests. Forays into nature, socializing. Must say I do look forward to mealtime around here. Arcadian tenderloin in particular remains a favorite. Hard to find a bad meal in the Protectorate, though. Oh, no thank you. Not looking for anything that does more harm than good. I have enough ailments to manage already. From what I've heard about Auntie's medicaments, might poison a patient or cause them to grow an extra head or something. Never know what they're testing out on you.
My extra parts aren't side effects. That's your implication. And anyhow, I should think some minor side effects would be preferable to dying.
Ah, you do look like you know what you're talking about. All right. On behalf of my patients and I, thank you. We're all grateful. Guess outsiders aren't all just base individualists like they say on the wireless. Barring this being some tricky sales strategy, that is. This is a good start, but I fear it won't last long. Wouldn't happen to know a reliable means to procure more, would you? Oh, they'd just take us all in? Provide us with all the food and medicine and housing we'd ask for, would they? Doesn't align with how I've heard them depicted on the wireless. You almost make that sound reasonable, under a highly skewed, morally vacuous light. Not seeing a wealth of options here at present. I can watch my patients die, then face execution, or we can resettle elsewhere and remain alive. I lean toward the latter. The abandoned section of Westport ought to have some supplies. Should be enough medicaments down there to help our injured survive the trip to Fairfield. It's perilous, though. Well now, that should do nicely. Thank you. Hope those Crabbles didn't give you too much trouble. I recognize these patients require more care than I'm able to provide here. Seems like in Fairfield, I can get them the help they require. The one last additional thing we'll need is for Vigilant Hogarth to agree to it. It's less a concern about disloyalty, and more my respect for his abilities. He's a skilled leader, and we could sorely use his aid, from coordinating logistics to keeping up morale. I'll surely have my hands full with my patients. His presence on the journey would save lives. See you when I see you. You've returned.
Outsider, you have your orders. The Vox relay awaits. Do remember what I asked of you.
Disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
What utter nonsense. How can you say that? Now, when I have automech parts in hand. No, your timing is absurd. Your wit, witless. Do tend to differ. Seems to me we're persevering. Demonstrating a mixture of aplomb, grit, and tenacity even. Last I checked, our infrastructure is still plugging away, and our people are too. But it's not everyone, is it? I'm sure it's not. The majority of my subjects are steadfastly loyal, resolute, right as rain. Things are fine. Everyone's fine. They deserve better. Huh. They do, don't they? I've tried to tell myself it's better to die a subject of the Great Protectorate than live a life driven by freedom, but you may be right. Regardless, now that we're all traitors, they really don't need my permission, but if they want it, they shall have it. My former subjects are free to live an empty life with Auntie's choice. I'll make an announcement. Order them to depart for Fairfield. But I will be staying.
Fulfill our duty to the Protectorate.
Should I? Haven't I failed them enough for one lifetime? No. I will stay here and loyally await the judgment I richly deserve.
Because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem.
Adherents are expected to hold firm to the end. Such is the degree of our devotion. I suppose my duty to my people remains, whether here or in Fairfield. All right. I'll go, unsure how I'll endure such an empty existence. Perhaps, if I offer my old subjects periodic advice, our sense of community may somehow, despite the wiles of commercialism, remain. All right, then. Suppose it's time to make my announcement.
Ecosystem. Like those nettlesome raptidons, or the base individualists within Auntie's choice. So don't fret.
Attention, everyone.
Attention. I, Vigilant Ogden Hogarth, hereby do order all subjects under my command to abandon the settlement of Westport at the earliest possible juncture. You are to depart for the township of Fairfield, safely and together. Once there, you are to appeal to local authorities for citizenship with Auntie's choice. Thereupon, you are thus and forevermore relieved of your duties as subjects of the Protectorate. This is a direct order from your Vigilant and is not to be questioned and cannot be countermanded. Now see to your preparations. I will join you shortly. Need a moment to let this all settle in. I will be on my way by and by.
Conversation is not possible at this or any time.
Prudence dictates we maintain sufficient zeal at all
times. Hope I don't get
times.
assigned to a grafting lab in Fairfield. Don't want to have to transplant a raptidon head onto some poor so-and-so's body.
You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice.
That assignment here will never end? Like our employment contracts will just keep renewing.
I just even the slightest scintilla of success so elusive. Is it my destiny to fail?
You've lifted my spirits right out of their doldrums. Our new guests have just arrived. Here, a considerable reward for your considerable efforts. Had anyone asked, I would have bet a year's pay against your capturing the hearts and minds of the denizens of Westport, and it seems I would have been out a great deal of bits. I've two minds about the convertees. Anyone with eyes can see they need guidance, but a pernicious system is not easily abandoned. Have you any thoughts? Trust will take time to build, time and patience. But that is an investment I am ready to make. You've given me a great deal to think about. I am in your debt. I cannot overstate what a capital compatriot you've been, my friend. Now be off. I've many refugees to see to. Plan is such a strong word. Let's call it a hunch. Consider this your first lesson in propaganda. Find whatever your target desires most and use it towards your own ends. Speak with Vigilant Hogarth in the building beside the saloon. He was in charge around here before we arrived. I have no doubt he knows vital information to the Vox's functioning. Now, should you ever find yourself visiting the ACS Undisputed Claim, do come see me. I've no doubt that when we next meet, I'll have risen 6 ranks, at least. Farewell! Greetings again. You have my undivided attention.
what's on your mind.